What is up, YouTube? This is your girl Carly Craziness coming at you with another video. And I am going to discuss Raven's Home and my thoughts on the new trailer for The Flash. Well, I'm talking about Raven's Home because it gave me nostalgic feelings. Because in the most recent episode, Booker, Nia, Levi, and the neighbor girl, Tess, all come up with a scam to make money for these new goggles and for the price and for selling snacks. And the reason I'm talking about this particular episode is because it reminded me a lot of Corey and his scamming ways back then and to make money. And it also reminded me of Stanley. Like, remember the annoying kid Stanley who scammed other people? Yeah. Well, mainly Corey, because Corey was an idiot and always fell for his trick. But I liked it because it reminded me of that, and I kind of felt like Corey should have been in this episode, because one thing, I like Raven's Home because better than Girl Meets World because they do single parents better, but they do but Girl Meets World does do a good job of bringing back guests. So I hope they find a way to bring back Corey and Victor and Tanya. I hope they bring characters like that back, but I'm not sure yet. So anyway, they're selling these snacks, and Levi taping it to his body was clever. The money to his body was clever. Nia, Tess, they're all really smart and resourceful, but they're kind of cheaty. But the main reason is that finally, in this episode that we see, Chelsea actually freaking behaves like an adult. Like, she's actually the mother and not Levi. Because she gave him consequences for his actions and told him why his dad was in jail. Because they brought that up again. They told him why Garrett was in jail. But still, Raven, you have a good job. Go get a house. Please go get a house. Like, a house with a yard. So yeah. I thought it was a decent episode because even though I'm not really feeling Raven's Home, I'm watching it for nostalgic purposes. But I think that hopefully they will, in future episodes, they will bring in, that we will finally meet Garrett. I don't know if they'd actually ever visit a prison on Disney Channel shows, because this is the second character I know. Levi is the second character I know that his dad is in prison. Like, Bridget Mendler's character on Lemonade Mouth, her dad was in prison and we don't know why. So maybe they will let us meet Garrett and see what he's like, and see if he's like... I feel like Garrett would be a really charming guy. But he's an asshole, because he robbed Chelsea. Excuse me for saying that, but he did. And that's why she's living with Raven. So, yeah. Thoughts on the characters? Oh, and then something weird in this episode, which doesn't really pertain to the plot. Chelsea's like, oh yeah, I went to school as a dance major. And I'm like, what? When did you go to school as a dance major? Because one, last time I checked, you wanted to be a marine biologist. And two, you were, like, super into the environment. So how would you not go to school for environmental studies and how to recycle? Because you were big into that stuff, chica. So I don't like how they ignore Chelsea recycling. So I mainly wanted to talk about this episode because Chelsea did act like an adult. And then they had a weird ad. So, yeah. But that's alright. I hope I'm not freezing in this. Because when I'm filming, I feel like I'm freezing. Anyway, now let's talk about the recent Flash trailer. Oh, Iris and Cisco, you're gonna butt heads. Please, I need an Irisco friendship. Because it would be like the best thing ever. Barry's best friend slash wife, well, soon to be wife, slash other best friend Cisco, becoming friends, my dream. And then Cisco and Wally teaming up. Booyah! Finally a Cisco and Wally friendship, because God, we need more. We need that. They're both engineers, they both have superpowers. They need to be bros, like engineering bros. And yes, Iris is leading the team. Get over it, people. Because she's living her life like Barry asked her to. And I feel so bad for her because she can't sleep in her bed without Barry. Oh my gosh, West Allen. You know how I feel about West Allen. It keeps me in the feels, man. And then Iris, who's grieving Barry for like what seems to be I feel like this is the 4th time that Iris has had to grieve Barry. I mean, she grieved them all pre-season 1 because he was in a coma for 9 months. And then finally, the first thing he does is go to her and hug her. No, she runs to him and hugs him like, oh my god, you're out of the coma. And then he freaking disintegrates into the Speed Force in season 2. She's like, oh god, here we go, gotta grieve him again. And then he goes and F's up the timeline and needs to go serve a sentence in the Speed Force. So she's been grieving this guy for like at least 6 months. She's been grieving her man, her soon-to-be husband, for at least 6 months, and I'm excited that it's going to be told in Iris' point of view. And like, thank God they didn't kill her off. Oh, thank you. Thank you for not killing off Iris. And then, I'm just confused about, I'm still confused about Caitlin. Like, is she on the team? Because I really don't feel like Caitlin should be on the team. Sorry, my shirt's uneven. Because she aided and assisted Savitar with killing H.R. Weld and helped attempt to murder Iris. Now, those were all things Caitlin did. Because she is... I'm sorry. Caitlin's kind of selfish. Because, one, she's proven that she had to be... Barry is literally being choked to death by Savitar. And she didn't want to free... She didn't want to go because her powers were too dangerous. And then Iris... Later, Barry had to beg beg Caitlin to save Iris. Iris is literally laying on the table, about to freaking disintegrate and die, okay? I'm sorry, this is becoming a rant video, and I didn't mean to. She's about to disintegrate and die, and Caitlin's like, I couldn't, even if I wanted to. I'm like, so you don't want to save Iris, so you're just gonna let her disintegrate? I feel very confused about that. And then the fact that she literally had to be begged to save Iris. But yet, she has enough control to freeze a mirror and not turn evil, so Barry could get out of it. She has enough control to make it snow outside for Christmas, but Iris is about to die on... But she can't save Iris, who's literally about to die in seconds and disintegrate in front of her father, and her father's like, Caitlin, please try something. So, yeah. So, Caitlin's selfish. I don't care what you say. She's selfish. I'm sorry. And I hope she has no more love interest. She needs to go and leave Team Flash because what she did, her actions are inexcusable. And you can say, oh, but she wasn't herself, and she was possessed by her powers. Like, no. Sorry. That excuse stopped working because she obviously knows how to control her powers. I mean, Cisco and Julian even gave her dampeners. Cisco gave her the cuffs. Julian made her a necklace. Cisco and Julian helped work on a necklace for her to dampen her powers, yet she neglects to use them. The cuffs weren't working, and she asked Cisco to fix them, and all the idiot had to do was charge them. And Julian and her mom worked on a cure, but yet she magically doesn't take the... She magically turns back into Caitlin without taking the serum that Julian and her mom made for her. So, either Caitlin never even apologized for betraying the team. And she owes Iris and Wally an apology. One, for keeping the stone and having Wally get yelled at in Star Labs. Because she literally kept the stone. My god, I feel like I'm freezing. Because she didn't want to have her powers. Which meant Wally was hallucinating Savitar all because of her selfish actions. And then he gets sucked into the Speed Force. And then there's the fact that she didn't say sorry to Iris. Never apologized for any of her wrongdoings. She gave a half-assed apology. And please just bring back... I'm sorry, I'm hesitating. Yeah. And now she's not Killer Frost, or is she still Caitlin with Killer Frost powers, and she doesn't have the blonde hair anymore? I'm feeling very confused. And by the way, sorry to bring this up again, not really, but Snowberry isn't going to be a thing. It's never going to be a thing. It won't be a thing. It's not a thing. It hasn't been a thing for 6 decades, and it's never going to be a thing. Why would you even want it to be a thing when, one, she couldn't save Barry's, she had to be begged to save Barry and Iris's life. She has tried to kill Barry multiple times, and she freaking stabbed him twice in the leg. So, no. They're not a healthy couple. I feel so sorry for Iris. I know she's frustrated. I know she's frustrated with everything going on around here. I mean, who wouldn't be frustrated having to grieve... Barry isn't dead. We all know he's not dead. Spoiler alert. But she is grieving him for like the 5th time. And I don't want to see her and Cisco fight, even though they're going to have a little scruffle. But Iris, and yep, you know what? People who call Iris selfish, go get lives. Because, one, would a selfish person put their life on the line and be shot at with guns because she was trying to get a story on families who were wrongfully evicted from their homes. She wrote a blog about the Scarlet Speedster because she wanted to put faith in Barry and other people and tell them how amazing he is. She has helped them out of many situations with her voice. Because Iris's voice is music to Barry's ears. Okay? And she has pulled him out of the Speed Force, interviewed Jay/Hunter, who we didn't know at the time he was Zoom. But she interviewed him to give people hope because the Flash was temporarily absent. And then What else did she do? Oh, right. Help defend Caitlyn from Peekaboo by clocking Peekaboo. Didn't need to be asked. She helped Caitlyn. She performed surgery, helped Julian perform surgery on Caitlyn. Even though she didn't get a scoop. Even though Julian was the one who got all the pep talk. But Iris expected nothing in return, and she didn't do anything. And then Caitlyn literally laughed. Caitlyn wanted Savitar to get his memories back for her own selfish reasons. And then someone brought up the fact that means Iris will die. And then she literally says, life's full of difficult choices, isn't it? So why do you want them to be friends? I'm sorry, but Caitlyn needs to get off Team Flash. Because she had no problem murdering Iris. Even as Caitlyn Snow, she had no problem letting Iris die. Because she didn't want to become Killer Frost. Which was stupid. The whole Killer Frost storyline was mishandled. It was just mishandled overall. And I thought Caitlyn was going to be interesting. No. She's a bland character. I'm sorry, but she is. And Iris has helped Caitlyn. Iris has helped out Caitlyn in big ways. Yet everyone overlooks that fact and wants Caitlyn to be with Barry. Y'all know why. Because you can't stand... This is a rant video. I'm sorry. Let me pull it back. And then, speaking of which, you're all grieving HR, who literally lied about being a scientist, came over to Earth 1 from Earth 19. He was a scientist, or they thought he was a scientist, even though he was a writer, and was making profit off them. He has done nothing for the team, and everything he did do could have been done by someone else. We could have had Iris train Wally and time him, because that would have gotten sibling bonding time, and they could have built their brother-sister crime-fighting team. Let's see. She could have been doing interviews. Yes, I do want to see Reporter Iris, because she's fun. She could have been doing that. Cisco could have literally been leading the team. Because, honestly, I don't even know if I want Harrison Wells at Star Labs. Like, any version of him. I will probably take Harry, even though he has given Cisco a few panic attacks. He's given Cisco a few... Yeah, he has given Cisco a few panic attacks. Harry Wells. And you know what? Cisco was right. H.R. Wells is not useful. Yes, Harry Wells is a dick, but he was at least useful and contributed something of value. H.R. has not contributed anything. And y'all just wanted him alive because you didn't... Because, let's say it, I think most of you wanted him alive, even though you won't admit it, because he's just the white man, and you didn't want to see a woman of color's life being put above his. So, I'm excited for Season 4 of The Flash. I'm excited to see what they actually do with it. I hope it's better than last season, because the whole Savitar / Barry murdering Iris is total BS, because even Savitar, and yes, I kind of do ship Iritar, even though he did try to murder her, and she did end up killing him, but that was out of self-defense. Oh my god. Can you please make Kate... Why do I get the feeling that Iris is going to have nightmares about killing Savitar? Even though he deserved it, and he was literally going to kill Barry. And he was going to kill... And Savitar / Barry tried to kill Iris. But yet, somehow I get the feeling that Iris is going to feel guilty over shooting a version of Barry. But Caitlyn is not going to have any remorse for trying to kill Iris. Yeah, so... Oh, another thing I hope that happens in Flash. Bring in more female friendships. I know I've mentioned this before, but now I don't even know if I want Caitlin and... I don't think I want Caitlin and Iris to be friends. And plus, bring back Linda. Bring back Linda Park because she's an actual Flash character from the Flash comics, the Wally West era. Like, introduce her, put her with Wally, and, well, I mean, develop it, of course, like he did West Allen, because he did a great job of developing that. Have Iris become friends with Sarah Lance, but that's only... And plus, Katie Watts, even though Sarah Lance is probably one of the most useless characters made for Arrow, because she was a backstabber, but maybe that's another video. But she's good on Legends. Because Maya Jue McCabe, the actress who plays her, and Katie Watts have both said they would like to work with Candace. Plus, I heard that Katie Watts and Candace Patton live together, which doesn't surprise me because they're like the best of friends. And plus, they're always saying they want to work with each other, so make it happen! Female friendships, Arrow. Make it happen. Alright. Oh, and Flash. Actually, female friendships, Flareoverse, make them happen. And, until next time, I hope you enjoyed this rant, but I hope y'all have a nice one. Goodbye.